Hello. I didn't even really have like a general idea for today's video, but I was just like, I guess we're still doing this kind of thing, so let's go ahead and kill it. Let's go ahead and get a video up. Let's go ahead and do this because, you guys are watching my videos. I've been kind of like on the teeter-totter of like, kind of like making a decision for like, what I'm going to do with YouTube because I don't really know what to do with YouTube. Because it's just kind of there and it just kind of feels like it could potentially just be a massive, huge waste of time. But one thing we do know about the Paul Frazier guy and his YouTube channel is that so far it hasn't been a waste because I truly do find it very amazing. I find it very inspirational from myself that I can go back at any time and look at my very first YouTube videos and watch and see of a helpless situation that I was in, of living inside of a tent in my parents' backyard. And then, obviously, fast forwarding, I had to also like live on inside of a tent on the sidewalk. But starting out with that first video of living inside of a tent, because it's like I came back from probably the biggest achievement that I've ever had in my entire life, and I decided to move back in with my parents. I accomplished and I've already done a huge goal that a lot of adults will have but never actually achieve. And I went out and I traveled to 48 states. I've been everywhere in all of America. And, I got to the border of Colorado, Washington, and Canada. And I had they've told me to pull into Bay 3. I had some weed in my car and they said, all right, well, you're trying to smuggle drugs into Canada, so we're not going to go ahead and let you inside. And sign this piece of paper. You can't go in there. We're not going to tell the United States of America about this. And you had the choice. You sign the piece of paper. I was just like, let's just go ahead and keep it hush-hush about this. And I cried. I called my little brother and I said, essentially I'm a huge failure. Like, I didn't accomplish the goal of traveling to all 50 states. And he just, oh man, just go ahead, come back. And then I moved back. And I don't know at this time if we can definitely say that my family destroyed me, but for sure we can say that they didn't help me. They definitely sided with the doctors, and at the time they said, because I crashed the car. And the doctor decided to give me, what's it called? It's not dopamine. Depakote. They gave me Depakote, these big ass freaking horse pills, and like two other kinds of medication that I completely forget the names of. And I remember in a video saying, these pills literally don't do anything to me, dude. And of course they were. I mean, just to even go back and look at the videos that I used to post, it's just like, that was a completely drugged out, drugs that I didn't want to take. of a Paul Frazier that nobody needed to know. And some bad came out of it. I went to Logan Paul's house and I got arrested. And then I went to Paramount Studios and I charged inside of the gate and was tackled by like a whole bunch of security guards. And I got arrested again. And it's like, I'm not blaming anybody because, like, it was a really, it was, it was a learning experience, honestly, of that no matter what, you truly have to take 100% accountability for your own life. What does that mean? That means that if you personally, sober of mind, believe that something is a good idea and that you should do this, go for it. And, people will tell you, no, that's stupid. Of that, like, I've truly been learning some things that is you really you have to be like a bullet train of that. You think that you have like an idea and somebody who you respect goes on a full tangent of like how it's a stupid idea. Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. Oh, the reason why. Oh, yeah. Well, you can't do that. This and that. And then you're like, you take that feedback and you still respect them. But it's just that your destiny in life is far more important than looking stupid. That was pretty good. I'll say it again. I don't even know where that came from. But your destiny in life and following it is far more important than looking stupid. Because that's what all adults are scared of. That's why all adults paint themselves and put on like a little button up and like put on the suit and act in a certain way and talk politics and like try to be like a fake person. They want to look so professional that they almost look perfect. And there is a little bit of good in that. Say if you look at a person like Tom Ford, of how he presents himself to the world, there should be a portion of that in your life as a man that you kind of sculpt yourself to be professional, to be the best version of yourself. But with these parents, of how sadistic they are, of how awful and horrible, terrible, forcing a narrative on their children to be something that you're just taking your child and your child is a freaking square and you're trying to force him into a round hole. And eventually you destroy him enough that he'll go through. But once he grows up, he will never find himself. I saw how my family kind of did that to me, of for many decades. about 2 decades. They were the best family ever. But once they saw, oh, Paul got arrested at Logan Paul's house, and he's trying to be a YouTuber, and he got arrested at a YouTuber's house. Not a YouTuber. I consider him the YouTuber. And it looks like going forward, I'm trying to kind of take not his place, but take that place. They didn't want anything to do with me. Yeah, I don't know. With that said, I guess I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode of 5 o'clock in the morning. Bye.